Go. You're listening to Chris Walker here with your Moose Afternoons. I am joined by Stage North Theatre Society's Stevi MacGillivray. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. And Matthew Helliwell, a little bit easier. And what we're going to talk about is the Peace Country Christmas, a Hallmark parody musical. Now, there is a lot in this title. There's a lot going on before we even get to the stage. Let's start with, I don't know, we'll start with Stevi. Stevi, what do you mean by a Peace Country Christmas, a Hallmark parody musical? Can we break this down piece by piece?
Okay, perfect. So, it is locally written. I want to say that first by Ben and Taylor. So Ben is from Fort St. John and Taylor is not.
Okay.
So this, I would say, kind of loosely follows a little bit of their real life characters. I don't know.
Okay.
they have said it.
Is that an insult? We'll find out when she gets to the stage.
It is your classic Hallmark story. So it's kind of what you come to expect. Mm-hmm. And with that being a parody, it does kind of poke fun at being a Hallmark movie in a lot of ways. A lot of cliches.
Okay. And there are a lot of local references that I get as well.
So many local references.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if whether you're brand new to Fort St. John and you've gotten here within the past couple of months, you're first experiencing your minus 40, which, God bless, good luck. Or you've been around since the time of, I don't know, maybe you still call it Chuck's Puddle as opposed to Charlie Lake. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of something for everybody here. And on top of it, it's just a full-fledged musical.
Yes.
To boot with
Absolutely.
some very catchy songs,
yes.
I might add. Every now and then I'll hear dub because this is not the first time that we've had someone from the theater group come in and chat about this. Every now and then he'll just be wandering around humming. And I'm like, hey, what song is that? And he's like, oh, I can't share.
No spoilers.
Dub, come on, you can't do that here in studio. Let's go to Matthew for a second. Matthew, what can, I guess... But before we get into some of the finer details or some of the story points, tell me a little bit more about how this came to be, about where the idea came from, and how we got to a very local Hallmark parody.
Yeah, so Ben and Taylor, like you say, they've been on the show before to talk about the show, and I think this is something that they always wanted to do. Taylor has actually starred in some Hallmark movies, and they both have a rich history in theater. Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned before, this is a little bit of their story in terms of Taylor, the big city girl, moving to the smaller town and having this culture shock like she wouldn't believe.
Yep.
And so... they kind of took that and they went, Fort St. John could be a perfect setting for a Hallmark movie. And people love these shows, like these movies that come on every year. And we can do this. We can make it so fun. We can make it so local. We can add this musical flair so that it's not just about Christmas. It's about having a great time and coming out and seeing a hilarious show. And they just kind of took it and ran with it. And... personally, I'm super happy that I was cast in this. It's so much fun.
How much work goes into something like this, Stevie? Because, I mean, we just spoke about your brief history with the Stage North Theatre Society. We won't get into length of time or commitments or how many shows you've done or anything along those lines, because I don't think success in theater is length of time that you've been with them. I think it's the reaction of the audience, right? So we know that this is going to be funny. We know it's going to be local, and we cannot push those things enough. But, like, how much work, for those who don't know, goes into something like this? How many months has recitals and rehearsals been going on?
Well, I mean, before even we start rehearsals, Taylor and Ben started writing in July. So, I mean, I'm sure the idea came even previous to that.
The good old Christmas in July trope,
exactly, right? Exactly. And then they have to kind of tweak all of the songs and kind of make them Hallmark and make them Fort St. John.
Of course.
So, exactly. And then... you have to hold auditions, and then you have to cast, and then there's a multitude of people that, not just actors and Ben and Taylor, but we've got people building the set, and we've got people painting the set, and we've got props, and there's just so many people putting so many hours just for this show to come together.
Without giving too much away, and this can go between both of you or one of you, I really don't, it's up to you guys. Give us a couple of plot points. I mean, yes, Hallmark movie, big city girl moves to the small town. I'm sure there's a fall in love moment. What am I missing that we want to give away? Or is that basically where we want to keep it? You've got to come out and find out the rest.
Well, we have a bit of a history as the two Hallmark people. So I would say that's something that's important to note. And this is kind of, okay, we're coming back into town and, oh, she comes back. Oh, well, has everything changed in a few years? Is she going to fall back in love with me, with town? Mm-hmm. Who knows?
I love the who knows. It's like that little tease. Like, you know how it goes, but trust me, you don't. There's
That's
always
right.
something extra. It's happening, what, tonight?
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. And that is, I don't know my dates. I'm really bad at this. It is December the 19th,
Yeah.
20th, and 21st.
Yes.
Yes.
Are these all evening shows, or is there a matinee somewhere?
There's a matinee.
Actually,
That's a little bit of a, yes, she's giving a little bit of the show away there with the actually. There is a matinee happening on Saturday, and that's at 2:00. And any of these shows, they're all family friendly. So you can bring the kids. If you're stressing about childcare and you think, I really want to come see this, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the kids, they're going to love it. It's a fast moving show. It's fast paced. There's great music, great dancing. They're not going to be bored. They're going to be into it from start to finish. And so if you feel like, hey, 2:00 is a great time to bring the kids, awesome. If you can only make an evening show, they're going to love it then too. So this is a great show for the whole family.
I mean, it's freezing cold. It's calling for snow this weekend. What else are you doing on a Saturday
right.
at 2 p.m., right?
Exactly.
Get out. Don't just support local for Christmas. Support local theater.
Yes.
Support the arts in every way. And to continue supporting the arts, sorry, this is coming from like a theater kid. The more people we get involved in local theater, the happier I get.
Totally.
How can people get involved? How can they find out more about Stage North Theater Society and some of the productions you do and pretty much everything about it, right down to when auditions are happening for your next amazing locally talented production?
I would say the best thing to do is follow Stage North on social media. We have the lovely social media guru in the room with us.
Oh, thank you. Oh, her. Sorry, her. Yeah.
Well, there's two, but one of them specifically does this for Stage North.
It's not me. It's not me. Not even a little bit.
So Stage North is on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
So those are
And TikTok.
So those are good channels to follow. And there's often posts about auditions for shows coming up.
See, we always learn something new. I had no idea you guys were on TikTok. Before you leave, I'm going to have to get the @ Is there anything else that we're missing? I don't want to glance over anything. I don't want to give too much away. I'm trying to ride that fine line. So tonight, tomorrow, the next day, there is a matinee. It's for all ages. Tickets available through the North Peace Cultural Center and the North Peace Cultural Center website. What else am I missing, guys? Or is that it?
Well, I wanted to just point out, too, that if you're going to the box office and you are planning on purchasing those tickets, and maybe if you're also planning to go see Mamma Mia that's coming, of course you're going to go to Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a discount right now when you go to the box office. You can buy tickets to both and you get 10% off. Ooh. So, yeah, why not?
Ooh.
It's a good Christmas present.
I was just about to say, I bet that'd make a great Christmas gift for somebody. Nice stocking stuffer out there.
Right.
Matthew, anything else that you want to throw out there as well?
I just want to make sure everybody knows you do have to go to the box office for that discount. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to come to tonight's show, tomorrow night's show, whatever, there's still seats available. All of them, please. Mm-hmm. All 4. Mm-hmm. There's still seats available. You can show up at the Cultural Center on the night of, and you can say, hey, I'm interested in buying a ticket for tonight. And can I also get this Mamma Mia deal for February?
You know what? We didn't talk about the time. We know that it's happening tonight, tomorrow, the next day. We know there's a matinee. Is it like 4 o'clock this afternoon, 7 o'clock this afternoon, midnight showing? You tell me.
7:30. It's not Rocky Horror, no midnight shows. But 7:30 p.m. tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday, and then 2 p.m. for that matinee on Saturday.
You mentioned Rocky Horror. Now all I've got in my head is come into my lair.
It's a family-friendly show.
Yeah, no, not like Rocky Horror. This is a family-friendly show. Yes. I love that. They will make you quiver with anticipation. Make sure you get your tickets now. North Peace Cultural Center if you want that discount. Online if you don't mind paying full price. And again, support the arts. Support local. Be involved in the Stage North Theater Society. Follow them on all of their social media pages. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. We always appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Take care, guys.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue and in Dawson Creek at 104